Hey guys, Evan Laux here with Engine Builder Magazine, and we are at the 2023 Ultimate Callout Challenge. As you can see, we got this really cool diesel drag car behind me, and it's got a 6.7 Powerstroke, and it's your Diesel of the Week.
Engine Builder's Diesel of the Week is sponsored by amsoil, the first in synthetics.
So guys, I'm joined here by Dan of SPE Motorsport. He built this car, this engine. And Dan, why don't you tell the people a little bit about how you got into racing, because you kind of have a storied history there.
Yeah, so my family, we've always been drag racers. I kind of grew up around it, and I've raced in the gas world a little bit on and off. And I kind of got into diesels as a necessity with our business. As we progressed, we were doing a lot of work on trucks and things along the way, and we started really turning up this platform in pickups, and it got harder and harder to work on, so we decided, hey, let's put it in a chassis that's easier to work on, and you can get to things and progress quicker. So this turned into kind of a science project, and we did this back in 2015, and it's been consistently evolving since.
Yeah, and we'll get into the engine in a second here, but a lot of these added components you're making at the shop, for the people who don't know, what is SPE Motorsport? What do you guys do there?
So at SPE, we have a full fab shop, because we're from the drag racing world. We do chassis, we do roll cages, 25-2 cages on drag cars, trucks, whatever it may be. And in the middle of the shop, we have our machine shop where we fabricate and machine parts. We have hard parts that we sell for pickups and Mustangs and gas vehicles. And then other side of the shop, we do shipping and online sales and all that. We do our own turbochargers, and along with many other things.
Awesome. And you kind of mentioned here, 6.7 Powerstroke. It's a science project for you.
Yeah.
And it's kind of a familiar platform for people walking by. Tell us why you decided on this particular engine and how you got it started.
So in the world of Ford diesels, they started with the 7.3, 6.0, 6.4.
Yeah.
And the 6.0 and the 6.4 really gave kind of Ford a bad name in the diesel world. And when this new platform came out, at the time I was actually working for Ford, and one of the engineers said, hey, all those problems that you guys are used to seeing are going to be fixed with this new platform. Down to like the head gasket stuff, things of that nature that everybody hated. And he's like, you're going to want to hop on that real quick, because it's going to be here for a while.
Right.
So I decided that would be a good idea, and we bought this platform, and we've been progressing with it, and it's kind of been a good move for us. In that sense of things. And we wanted, whenever we progressed with it and got to that point, we wanted to put it in the dragster so it was relatable, as you were saying, to the customer. And we're able to do as much as we can we try to do as much as we can with factory parts. So anything that we're testing in this, I want to be able to sell to our customers. Maybe not a custom turbo kit.
Yeah.
But whether it's valve springs or a type of piston or lifters or whatever else we're doing, even transmission stuff. This thing has a truck transmission in it still. It's a 40100. So we're trying to keep it relatable for the customer, because not only does it help us sell things, but it kind of backs the idea of, oh wow, I have that in my vehicle.
Right.
So,
well, let's start right there then. What on this engine is still factory? What's come out of your shop? I know you mentioned the triple turbo setup right here.
Yeah. We fabbed all that. We built trans engine. The engine's factory block, factory crank. Obviously, we actually worked with, in 2011, we worked with CP Carrillo on the rods.
Yep.
So obviously it's got rods in it. It's got a modified maul piston, but it's still a cast piston. Custom grind camshaft. Colt does our cams for us. It's a custom grind. But as far as factory components, factory heads still, we're turning this thing almost 6,000 RPMs with factory rockers.
Wow. Okay.
Manton push rods. They do push rods for us. obviously valve spring package, heads are ported, you know, things of that nature. But there's a lot of factory components, you know, in this motor still.
And what size are the turbos here?
They're based off an S480, 96 turbine, squared, so they're all 480s.
Okay.
So.
What about the fuel setup, injectors?
Exergy. So Exergy does our injectors for us. These are around 300% over. 300% over injectors. We have a 10 mil CP4 and a 14 millimeter CP3.
Okay, perfect. What else on the engine here do we need to hit? Anything unique that you put on this particular 6.7?
Not really, actually, believe it or not. I mean, we know the crank in these, we've made 1,800 horse with this motor, and we flex the crank in them. So we know the crank's on borrowed time at that power level. We've already got in touch with Windberg, and they're gonna do a billet crank for us. As far as crazy sorcery in this motor, other than setup, bearing tolerances, proper bearing, we do have a bearing package that we put in this motor that Molly does for us. But other than that, there's nothing really that crazy, honestly. It's a lot of setup stuff.
It's easy to say that as the builder, but walking by it looks crazy.
Right. Oh yeah, for sure.
And I know you've had some problems, you know, last night running it down the track, but do you have any best times off the top of your head that you've ran this thing at?
It's been high sevens in the quarter. Yesterday we qualified with a 540, but we also spun most of the way down the track.
Yeah.
So it's got the power. It's just a matter of us getting it planted. And this is a new turbo setup. We just got this done before we came. So we're kind of incrementally walking that in and the nitrous and everything in.
Right.
So we're still kind of feeling it out.
Dan, thanks again. You've got a really sweet engine here. Guys, again, it's a triple turbo 6.7 Powerstroke. And make sure you're checking out SPE. They got some really cool stuff going on over there. And make sure you're following Engine Builder Mag across our socials, our YouTube page, and our website for some more great diesel content. Thanks for watching, guys.